So Vladimir Putin says he expects China Xi Jinping to visit in the spring, and he wants to boost that military cooperation, something that Nate alluded to. So the coming collapse of China and the great U.S. tech war, great U.S.-China tech war author Gordon Chang joins me now. So why should we be concerned about, one, the meeting today, but also a face-to-face meeting and this continued relationship?
Well, over the course of 3 decades, Edward, we have seen China and Russia move so close together. And now they are working hand in glove. So, for instance, their military exercises, they're now practicing interoperability, which means they intend to fight together. But in the broader sense, there is a new axis. It's got China and Russia at its core. It's got Iran, North Korea, other proxies there. And this means that their world is dividing into two. It looks like a new version of the Cold War. And on the other side, both China and Russia are very close to each other. When Xi Jinping goes to Moscow in the spring, that'll be their 40th in-person chat together.
Oh, wow. So I do want to say that Nate Foy is okay. It was just a technical issue with the satellites there. So, Gordon, China's buying more Russian oil than ever. China's Union Card has moved into Russia to help make transactions when Visa and MasterCard pulled out. So when will President Biden, do you think, stand up to China and just say, cut it out?
I'd like to think that he would have done that a long time ago, which he should have, but he hasn't. And because of that, China will continue to effectively finance Russia's war effort. The Chinese are making their financial system available to Russian institutions that have been sanctioned. Chinese diplomats have been put in service of the Kremlin. And perhaps as important from Beijing's perspective, both Chinese central government and Communist Party propaganda outlets have gone full in on disseminating Russian disinformation. China's been actually supplying military information and assistance to Russia, and President Biden has given a lot of warnings, but he hasn't done anything. So I think Xi Jinping assumes that the United States is feeble and is not going to step in.
So do you think then, to end the invasion of Ukraine, the U.S. needs to put more pressure on China?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of reasons to do that, and the Ukraine war is only one of them. But when the President of the United States issues a warning, he has to back it up. And this is not just Russia and China and Ukraine. This is everywhere. And Biden has failed to do that in a number of instances. And so, therefore, the bad guys think that they can do what they want with impunity.
Right. So we saw a Chinese military jet come within 10 feet of a U.S. airplane in the South China Sea. China continues to steal technology from the U.S. Why do you think, then, the president refuses to take a hard line when it comes to China?
I think it's because he wants China's cooperation on issues that he thinks are more important, such as climate change. Because Biden has stuck in the engagement mentality that has governed U.S.-China relations for a long time. And Biden has failed to pivot away from it, even though it's clear that it hasn't been working. You know, people talk about Hunter Biden, but there are a lot of, whatever the reason is, Edward, Biden is staying with policies that have not worked and have actually caused disastrous results for the United States for decades. And so, therefore, we're in trouble because we're not defending ourselves from China's malicious actions.
So I'm curious, does China need Russia as much as Russia needs China?
Yes, it does, even though China looks to be the stronger state. China has some real problems right now, but it needs Russia to destabilize the international community because that gives Biden an incentive to go to China to try to get China's cooperation. And China, of course, extracts concessions. You know, the Chinese did this for decades on North Korea until Trump stopped doing that. And clearly the Chinese have just said, OK, we'll stop doing it on North Korea, but now we're going to do it on Ukraine. So we're just not learning.
So, Gordon Chang, appreciate it. Always insightful when you come in, and we'll have you back. Appreciate it.